There's something unfolding right now as you watch these words come alive before you. It wasn't the algorithm that guided you here. It wasn't chance. It wasn't some random choice you made on an ordinary day. You were led to this place by a force far beyond what the human eye can see. A heavenly army moves all around you at this very moment, and the general of that army carries a name that makes every demonic stronghold tremble, every chain shudder, every dark plan against your life lose its power instantly. His name is Michael, Saint Michael the Archangel. And the word he brings today isn't just a message of comfort or a gentle promise that things will get better. It's a declaration of war, a verdict straight from the throne room of heaven itself. It's the confirmation that the chains holding back your money, your prosperity, your progress, and your destiny are broken right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you finally feel worthy enough. Now, this very moment, as you breathe, as you watch, while your heart still carries that fragile, trembling hope, someone or something tried so hard to steal from you, the flaming sword of the Archangel has come down on every invisible shackle that bound your life, and what was blocked is now being set free. You needed to hear this today. Heaven knew you needed it. And that's exactly why you're here. Think back on your life lately. Think honestly, with the kind of courage it takes to look straight at what you've been carrying without turning away. Do you remember when things felt lighter? When there was an expectation in your chest, a quiet but powerful sense that something great was about to break open in your favor? And then slowly, almost without you even noticing the moment it shifted, that lightness was replaced by a weight you couldn't quite name. The bills came harder. The doors that should have opened stayed firmly closed. The people you trusted most revealed faces your heart wasn't prepared to see. Projects you built with sweat, faith, and years of dedication refused to move forward, as if an unseen hand gripped everything that belongs to you and wouldn't let go. You woke in the middle of nights meant for rest with a tightness in your chest no doctor could chart. You prayed, you fought, you cried in silence where no one could see, because part of you refused to let the world know how exhausted you truly were. But heaven saw every single tear was recorded. Every night of anguish was written in the book of those who endure. And what you must understand now with every fiber of your being is this: the heaviness you felt was never your weakness. It was the signal that you were the target of a spiritual battle waged against your very destiny. The enemy doesn't attack what holds no value. He doesn't waste spiritual resources on those without purpose. Every financial obstacle you faced, every betrayal that reopened wounds still not fully healed, every time you were almost there and something unexpected knocked you down again, that was no accident. It was strategy. A coordinated, deliberate, targeted plan with your name written all over it in the unseen realm. Because there is something about you the darkness recognized, long before you recognized it yourself. There is a calling on your life, an assignment, a level of abundance, influence, and spiritual authority decreed before you ever drew your first breath. And when such a destiny is tied to a soul, the opposition comes early, comes hard, and comes disguised as ordinary problems, so you never dig deep enough to see what's truly at stake. But this is the moment everything changes. This is the turning point you've been waiting for, even if you didn't know exactly what you were waiting for. Saint Michael has been sent on your behalf, and his sword has already cut through the spiritual atmosphere above your finances, your home, your bloodline, severing every cord of witchcraft, every spoken curse, every word of envy or ill will spoken against your prosperity. The chains are broken, the assignment is dismantled, the gate that was sealed is now wide open, and the heavens watch eagerly to see what you'll do with the open door standing before you right now. There is a guide prepared for this very moment in your journey. It's called the digital book, The 7 Swords of Saint Michael the Archangel, the sacred guide to breaking curses, sealing blessings, and activating the calling of the chosen. This is no ordinary book. It's a spiritual tool, a step-by-step revelation on how to activate each of the 7 swords of protection and break through the Archangel wields on behalf of the chosen. It will show you how to dismantle the invisible layers of blockage that have kept your finances, health, and relationships chained. The link is pinned at the very top of the comments, the first comment you'll see below this video. They tried to silence this message. They tried to suppress it because it confronts the narratives that keep chosen people confused, passive, and powerless. But it's here. For you. Right now. Before you continue watching, take your act of faith and comment right now. I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. That declaration isn't just words. It's a spiritual seal. It is you telling heaven you're ready to receive what belongs to you. Now receive what comes next, because what you're about to hear will make everything you've been through begin to make perfect sense. In the spiritual realm, there are layers. What you see with your natural eyes is just the surface of a much deeper reality. Your financial struggle was never truly about the economy, bad timing, or not being smart, talented, or disciplined enough. Those were the visible layers, the surface of something far beneath your natural understanding. Beneath every financial block lies a spiritual root. Beneath that root is a decree from darkness, spoken into the atmosphere of your life, sometimes even before you were born, carried through generations, reinforced by your environment, and strengthened by agreements you made unknowingly, with thoughts of unworthiness, words of defeat, and the quiet belief that somehow you were the exception, the one person for whom the promises of abundance simply did not apply. But that belief was a lie. A carefully constructed lie meant to keep you from pressing through to where your breakthrough was waiting. St. Michael stands at the threshold of your new season, a flaming sword in each hand. He's not standing there to fight for someone who might be chosen or someone who will probably make it. He's standing there for you, the one who kept going when every natural reason to stop had faded away, for the one who still showed up in prayer with trembling hands and a broken voice but showed up anyway. For the one who carried the weight of a calling you couldn't fully explain, but could never fully abandon either. That's you. The Archangel knows your name. He knows the battles you've walked through. And today he declares the season of limitation is over. Now listen closely, because this is the part of the message that will either ignite a fire deep in your spirit or pass right over you, depending on how wide you open your heart to receive it. The breakthrough coming to your finances is no small thing. This is no mere small improvement, no modest raise, no fleeting relief that eases the weight for a few weeks before the struggle begins anew. What is unfolding over your life is a generational shift, a divine repositioning, a kind of financial transformation that those around you won't be able to explain by any natural means, because it simply has no natural explanation. It will stand as visible proof of an invisible battle, won on your behalf by the heavenly hosts, forces you may not have seen, but that stood faithfully for you every single day throughout the trials you endured. There have been those who doubted your faith, those who looked upon your situation and whispered quiet judgments, suggesting perhaps you were mistaken, that your belief in something greater was merely a way to cope with a reality too harsh to face. Heaven has recorded every one of those moments, every smirk, every dismissive word, every time someone's doubt was spoken over you with cold indifference. But the justice of heaven is not slow nor bureaucratic. It is precise, it is thorough, it is irrevocable. The very ones who once watched you struggle will witness you stepping into a realm of provision so profound it will silence every word spoken against your destiny. Not so you may boast, but so the testimony of your life may stand as living, breathing, undeniable proof that the God who commands his archangels for the chosen is not a God who abandons his own in the midst of battle. Your health is part of this decree as well. The exhaustion you have carried in your body, the chronic tension, the restless nights, the heaviness that settled deep within you from years of spiritual warfare waged through your flesh, this too is being addressed by St. Michael the Archangel, the very same warrior who is breaking your financial chains. For your body was never meant to be a battlefield. It was designed to be a temple, and the restoration flowing over you now is not partial. It is complete. From the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, the healing frequency of heaven moves through every system, every cell, every memory your body has held from years of pressure and pain. This is the moment of the turning key. This is where the story of your life shifts from the chapter of warfare into the chapter of dominion. You have been refined by the fire. You have wandered the wilderness long enough to develop a closeness with heaven that no comfort could ever produce. You have lived in the valley long enough to understand the true value of the mountaintop, now waiting just beneath your next step. The door is open, the chains are broken, St. Michael has cleared the way, and all that was promised to you, all you held on to in faith through the darkest nights, is now moving toward you with a speed and power that will take your breath away. Take a moment now, and if you can, speak these words aloud. If silence is your only option, then speak them with the full strength of your heart. I receive my breakthrough. I receive my financial freedom. I receive the healing of my body, the restoration of my relationships, and the full activation of my divine calling. I am not waiting on permission from the circumstances around me. I am not waiting for proof before I believe. I believe now. I receive now. I act now. I am chosen, and I walk in the authority of this truth beginning at this very moment. Before this message closes over your spirit, remember, the digital book. The 7 Swords of St. Michael the Archangel awaits you in the top comment of this video. It was placed there just for you, for this moment, for the version of you who is finally ready to walk in the fullness of what heaven has decreed. Comment now, I am chosen and I will download the digital book. Seal this word with your declaration. Let this act of faith be the first step of the new chapter that begins today. And now hear the final word heaven